Hey everyone, Darren here, aka Irish Latino Reacts, Irish on the bottom, Latin American on top, and today we are watching episode 11, can't believe I'm saying that, of Firefly. Alright, not too much new stuff to say here about last episode. It was an utterly excellent one. A lot of fans hold it as their top episode, or they're in their top 2 or in their top 3. I will plan on doing a ranking of all the episodes once I'm finished. But before the movie, I'll do that a few ancillary things between ending the season after episode 14 but before the movie. So got a few things up my sleeve, including a ranking. So last episode gave us some of the best scenes, I think, in the entire series. And of course, I'm referring to the Wash and Mal scenes, both before they were tortured, after they got kidnapped, once they were blindfolded, and then, of course, during the torture. And then I'll even include the Wash and Zoe scene after the fact, when I said it was my favorite moment. Wash is kind of, I don't know if you want to call it a realization, but a whole new outlook and a whole new appreciation to his captain. So maybe you can take it in those 3 stages. They get put into the room blindfolded, and I talked about some of how that's a masterclass. You saw what I put over the screen text-wise, so you know what I'm talking about there. Then the torture scene itself, the utter crashing together of comedy and tragedy, very Shakespearean in that way, that only Firefly can do. And then, once again, the scene I just mentioned to top it off. So, masterclass, definitely. Does those collections of scene catapult it to my number 1 episode of all of them? And of course, I can't answer that yet because I haven't seen all of them. So, we'll have to wait for my ranking at the end. Now, I do have one criticism of last episode, and it wouldn't be me if I did not. Fun way for people to yell at me in the comments. I thought the B role, or the B story, I should say, in the last episode, episode 10, was one of the weakest I've ever seen, almost to the point of being useless. And of course, I'm talking about the Inara with the Chancellor. Now, some of you might be yelling at your screens right now, saying that, well, you just wait, because the equipment that the Chancellor gave them at the end of last episode is going to be featured in this episode coming up. I didn't realize that at the time. I was like, oh, what equipment, when I was reacting in real time. So I'm assuming that that's going to come up. So maybe those scenes with the Chancellor won't seem so utterly useless. But in a vacuum, I would say that drags down this episode, or last episode, I should say. So we'll see. We'll see if I feel different after I watch this coming episode. I also want to say that I think last episode was Zoe's strongest. I don't know if I don't think we've gotten a strictly Zoe-centric episode. She's obviously been very lead and forefront throughout, but besides Wash last episode, it was very Wash-centric, and in a tangential fashion, it was also very Zoe centric, where she's the number 2, so she took over. Her authority was definitely very felt, and it was awesome. And the actress who plays her, I apologize, the name eludes me at the moment. Really, really great stuff from Zoe last episode. I'd like to thank all of my Patreon supporters for always supporting me. If you'd like to join them and gain access to full-length reactions early, you can find a link in the description below. There's also a dirt cheap $1 a month tier, which is there just for the sake of supporting me, but you also get all of my little ancillary Patreon exclusive videos that I put out. I try to put out at least 1 a week, sometimes 2 a week, just of my life and of my musings. So you gain that just for $1 a month, and any comments you leave on any edited videos will be guaranteed to be replied to by yours truly. If you are watching this on YouTube and you are not yet subscribed, please consider doing so. Really consider it. It helps me out so much. I know you hear that from every direction, from every channel, but it's so much more true for such a small channel as mine. Also, leave a like, leave a comment down below, letting me know what you thought not only of this episode, but of my reaction to it. All right, without further ado, let's get into episode 11 of Firefly. Okay, another desert landscape, desert biome, and oh, Mal is naked? Okay, what's Mal doing? You know, I mean, hey, just enjoying himself and what God gave him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That went well.
Okay, we're gonna get a little time skip here. I love these episodes. 72 hours earlier, okay.
Malcolm Reynolds, come here.
Okay. Monty, all right, I like Monty.
Where's that sorry-ass ship of yours?
Monty, 2 boats like ours, meeting on an empty rock like this, that screams contraband to the feds.
Okay.
No, okay, wait, something's different. Something is,
You grew a mustache.
The beard! Oh,
Okay.
you shaved off your soup catcher.
I was a little close.
Well, I thought you were gonna wear that ugly chin wig to the grave.
Yeah,
Hey.
so did I, but she didn't much like my whiskers.
She,
What the hell am I thinking? I gotta introduce you to the missus.
you have fallen from our noble bachelor ranks?
She just sort of swept me off my feet. Bridget!
Well, she must be a rare specimen indeed.
Let's see.
Don't begin to comment. Now, I want you to meet my...
Don't tell me it's like an animal.
Oh, you guys
Oh my god. Oh man, that's so good. Mrs. Reynolds is back. I love the actress, so not complaining here at all. All right.
Mal, why you got a piece trained on my wife?
She ain't your wife, Monty.
Married her, didn't I?
You ain't the only one.
Oh, took your eyes off.
Bridget!
Yeah, punch Bridget right in the face.
What the hell is going on here? What do you mean she ain't my wife?
She ain't your wife because she's married to me.
Don't listen to him.
It's true. About a half a year back at the Triumph settlement, only it wasn't Bridget then, it was Saffron. Well, she hits me by surprise, got on my ship, and then tried to steal it out from under me. She is cold as ice and dead crazy on top of it.
You're a liar, Malcolm Reynolds.
Ugh.
And I ain't never got to telling you his name.
Oh, all right. I'm glad he's already suspicious.
You like that?
Okay, good.
Damn you, Bridget! Damn you to Hades! You broke my heart in a million pieces. You made me love you, and then you...
Okay.
I shaved off my beard for you, devil woman!
All right. I'm glad like Monty wasn't gonna be duped for such a long time. So now Monty's just leaving her on the planet. Oh,
You're
left
gonna
her
want to
stuff.
pull your claw out of that bag nice and slow.
Yeah, yeah.
Relax, I'm not going for a gun or anything.
Yeah, right.
Turn around.
Oh yeah, just like old times.
We don't have any old times. I just don't want you pulling a pistol out of anywhere.
You missed a spot.
Can't miss a place you've never been.
Great line. Oh my god, this show just never ceases to amaze me with its writing.
Sure, we've had our spats. Maybe I made some bad decisions
Are you
along the way.
serious?
Oh, you are a
Chick?
tweaked one, you are.
Yeah.
But face it, hubby, I'm really hot.
Tweaked is a good word. Yep. I agree, Mal. Tweaked.
Start walking.
Walking where?
Pick a direction, just don't turn around.
You can't just leave me here on this lifeless piece of crap moon.
I can.
I'll die.
Well, as a courtesy, I might start getting busy on that, because all this chatter ain't doing me any kindness.
Why don't you just go ahead and shoot me then?
I was wondering the same thing.
Seriously, Mal, you gotta give me a ride. I won't make trouble. You can stick me in one of those crates if you like. Just don't leave me here.
I mean, there's no other way she can get off this planet. I mean, she has her
All your fault,
looks.
You know, I had the perfect crime lined up.
Oh
Sure, you
no.
can steal a man's beard.
No, you. A million square job. the big time. He's gonna cut
Mal.
Monty and his crew in, but you screwed that royal.
Don't
Odd, but I don't think I'll be losing any sleep over it.
let her get to you.
Got the layout, entrance codes. Believe me, this practically robs itself.
Bye-bye now.
I'm handing you a fortune on a gold platter, sweetheart. Don't you want to hear the details?
Good, Mal. I can't imagine it's gonna last, but... And what happened to the medicine? I mean, did they eventually sell the medicine? I'd like to think. So they left her, unless she stowed away on the ship somehow. I mean, you know that's it, right?
Are you looking for me?
I was. Care to sit? I was hoping we could talk a little business.
Okay. What's your game?
I offered you tea.
After inviting me into your shuttle of your own free will, which makes 2 events without precedent, which makes me more than a little skittish.
Maybe this isn't the best time.
No, this is a fine time. Talk plainly is all.
So let me conduct my affairs.
Who's keeping you from
I
conducting?
haven't had a client for 3 weeks. Backwater moons, slums, frontier planets without so much as a temple built.
We go where the work is.
There's all kinds of work now. There are plenty of worlds where both of us could work. We used to visit them, remember?
This is one of the crazier things I've heard today, and when I tell you about the rest of my day, you'll appreciate just...
I'm not accusing you of anything, Mal. It's just...
Hey, no, let's set a course for the planet of the lonely rich yet appropriately hygienic man. I'll tell Wash we can park there for a month.
Not all of your work is illegal, Mal. And the best
But you
job...
want to keep me off the job now?
best job you ever pulled was on a central planet.
How about I stay out of your whoring,
The Ariel,
you
right?
keep out of my thieving?
Here we
The
go.
last cargo we snuck past the Alliance to transport?
They were dolls.
They were little geisha dolls with big heads that wobbled.
People love those.
And what exactly was our net profit on the famous wobbly-headed doll caper?
Let's hear it.
Our cut? So you're in the gang now?
Well, since I can't seem to find work as companion, I might as well become a petty thief like you.
Petty?
I didn't mean petty.
What did you mean?
Oh, don't get all offensive,
Rookie.
Mal. Okay, I mean, you call her a
Don't
whore
put
sometimes,
all that
Mal.
on
Like,
me,
don't... You're getting all
You know you haven't been
bent
acting
out of shape
serious
because you were
once.
called
Serious what?
a petty thief?
You want to know?
What?
Nothing. All right. Tell me more about this job of yours.
The Mark's name is Darren Hamer, maybe one of the biggest collectors of Earth that was artifacts in the verse.
We're just skipping over the part where they're all like, oh my god, and she's back?
An antiquity of unspeakable value, the Lassiter, the original handheld laser pistol.
Now he's living fat on a private estate on Blarathon.
I've managed to get a hold of his schedule for the next 18 months, a layout of the estate grounds, and every security code for the place.
How?
Saffron has a notion we can walk right in there, take the Lassiter right off his shelf.
I'm confused.
You're asking yourself, if I've got the security codes, why don't I go in, grab it for myself?
No, actually,
Yeah, tell us, Wash.
I was wondering. What's she doing on the ship? Did she try to kill us?
Please. Nobody died last time.
But you
We're
tried.
in space. How did she get here?
She hitched.
I don't recall
Oh.
pulling over.
The point is, this ain't no wobbly-headed doll caper. This here's history.
Getting through the door and putting our hands on the Lassiter, it's easy. Getting out with it, that's the tricky part.
It's tagged and coded. Second it passes through the door, alarms, security, feds.
This isn't a one-woman operation. To do this right, I'm gonna need
Idiots.
partners.
Dupes. That's what you'll all be if you trust her.
Tell me Anara's gonna be in on this
God
job.
knows, ain't none of us here criminal masterminds. So if you got something better, Anara, something not petty, we'd sure be willing to hear it.
Miss the layout?
Full blueprints of the entire grounds.
Could be we look hard enough, we'll find a way.
Kayla's good with
You dig
layouts.
into that, little Kaylee. Zoe?
Take sounds ripe enough. Assuming we can fence it. But Honora ain't wrong. She can't be trusted.
I ain't asking you to trust her. I'll be with her on the inside the whole time.
See there?
Yeah.
All you gotta do to be a rich woman, hun, is get over it.
I mean,
Okay.
yeah, you're... Awesome. Awesome. Love you, Zoe. Love you. Yeah, I mean, but you're trusting that the codes are correct.
I want you to run afoul of his blushing psychotic bride.
She's a liar and no good will come of her.
Well, as a rule, I
Correct.
say, girl folk ain't to be trusted.
Jane is a girl's name.
Jane ain't a girl.
Afraid.
We'll be okay. Why the captain is trusting that buhue on the poor fool.
Not her. Jane.
It's always Jane.
Since Ariel. Afraid we'll know.
Okay. Yeah, see, okay. Simon doesn't know.
Zoe, don't let Mel trust her. Everything Saffron is a lie.
Bellerophon Estates, home to the rich and paranoid. Gracious living, ocean views, and state-of-the-art security.
Okay.
You and Mal will split off in Shuttle 2 as we make our approach. Hamer's throwing a big party this weekend, so you should have no trouble blending in with the hired help we'll be there setting up.
Okay.
All you gotta do is get through the back door.
It shouldn't be a problem unless someone has been less than truthful.
Right.
Of course, once you get the goods in your hands, you can't take it out the front door, nor the back door, nor any door. Every piece of pretty is tagged for the scanners. So what do we do? You
Fence.
chuck it in the garbage.
Trash.
All the estates on Bellerophon use this automated garbage drone system.
The drones take the disposal bin straight to reclamation. 30 seconds after we hit the button, the booty will be incinerated.
Not if we reprogram the bin.
And where would that be?
The loneliest piece of desert we can find. Here, Isis Canyon. The drone dumps the bin. We claim the goods when we're all together again.
And how do you plan to get to the bin to reprogram it?
You get to the loot, and we'll get to the bin.
Okay, yep. Need to know. I like that. Alright, Kaylee. Work your magic. Really nice. Alright, there it is.
Let's get to work.
Yeah.
So that's just the proximity alarm, like, constantly going off. Nice.
Grab it, Wash, hold it steady.
Sorry.
Jane, the diorama's live! Don't touch it!
Ooh. Oh, no, no, no. Is he knocked out? Oh, shit. Alright, highly protected.
We passed through the vestibule. Reach.
You!
Does he recognize her?
You found her.
Oh,
You
another...
brought back my wife.
Okay, another husband she screwed over at one point, but I guess not really if he is acting like this.
My own sweet Yolanda.
God, this boy weighs a solid ton.
Oh, man.
Doctor, you got yourself a patient to see to.
Yes, I'll take care of it.
Simon said that kind of weird.
I thought I'd never see you again. I owe you a great debt of thanks.
I just gave the lady a lift.
No, you've done much more than that. You've returned to me the only thing I truly treasure. Do I owe you any?
No,
How about this gun? Right here? This one right here?
Trip weren't even out of our way.
I promised him 800 square.
No, but we never agreed. And
Please, I'd be embarrassed not to make some recompense. 6 years
Is that all?
from the day they found your shuttle.
6.
They said on me at Parrot.
These awful men.
that wasn't me. I didn't know those men.
They said they wanted ransom.
Shut up, Mel.
They sold me to slavers.
Also,
Shut
unknown to
up and
I never stopped looking.
I knew you wouldn't.
tell me she has that stuff on her lips. Mel's just biting his fingernail.
Let me get your money. You won't disappear again.
Never. We gotta move fast.
me. Yeah, he might come back and hug us in the act.
You don't know him. He's everything I said he was.
Oh, yeah, he's a killer of men.
You're wasting
He
time.
could be back any
Let's take a
second
breath
now.
here. Yolanda. We're sneaking into a place you could walk into as welcome as glad news.
Yeah.
What's the math on that?
That's a good point. I didn't think about
Not
that.
adding up. The Darren Hamer would as soon cut your throat as he would.
You would? Nope, that ain't it at all. You don't want him to know the truth.
Okay.
Unlike all the other, I'm gonna go with hundreds of men you've married. You actually want this one to think well of you when you've gone.
Okay.
I thought, could it be
Okay.
I've actually met
I don't like your
your
back.
real husband?
Congratulations.
Wow. Real husband, okay.
Anything else you want on your tombstone, you piece of crap?
Now I'm intruding.
Darren, this isn't what it looks like.
Unless it looks like we're stealing your priceless Lassiter, because that's what we're doing. Don't ask me about the gun, no, because that's new.
Well, I appreciate your honesty. Not, a lot, but
Darren, you don't know what he's forced me to.
stop.
You just letting him walk out? I mean, I guess Darren is so
Like that.
infatuated with her that he just doesn't even care about the gun and... Okay.
I said don't look at me like that! Almost done.
It's a weird scene. I'm not gonna lie. Come on, come on.
Can't reach it.
Zoe, help her. You're taller.
Need more altitude now.
Comes the... Shit. Get it in, get in. Oh. Oh, wow, that was close.
Let's not get all worked up here.
Are you really so naive? Do you think your life is anything to me?
All right. No one's killing any folks today on account of we got a very tight schedule. Yosef Bridge. We'll get on about our... Drop it now!
Did you think I was a princess?
Just leave her here, Mal.
That I would stay locked up here in the tower? You're a rutting fool.
Copy that.
Washron's out of there.
So bad for you.
Bad for me? I'm not the patsy being stole from. If you had half a brain, you'd have called the feds the minute you saw me.
No, I did.
Oh.
Emergency signal. I love you, Yolanda. But I couldn't think for a second that you actually came here for me.
Well, okay. He's not as dumb as he looks. All right. Well,
Peaches. Just call them off. Tell them it was a mistake.
You need help, Yolanda.
you're tweaked.
I'll do anything you want me to.
You're embarrassing yourself.
You are. Oh, I agree with Darren.
Well, we gotta go.
Why? Just like...
This is police responding to
Come on,
emergency.
Mal. You could have left her.
Entry all points.
Ah. Mal, I almost feel like you're still attracted to her. Like... Nice. I like that choreography.
Nope. Let's go.
Why not? Why leave the gun? You could have left Mal without her. I'm gonna keep saying that.
That'd be tough. I gotta figure that's a job you told yourself you'd never take.
My name's not Yolanda.
Yeah, we know that.
Never entered my mind it was.
Wasn't it June?
I tried.
But that could have been a lie too.
Actually tried. I thought this is a decent man. I should have killed Darren.
Right. The one guy who don't have it coming. The man who knows you. Still loves you, treachery and all. I can't have him walking about.
I do not feel bad for her.
You must be loving this.
A little bit. I seen you without your clothes on before. Never thought I'd see you naked.
Can people ever change?
Wow.
Depends on the person. The pain of this fades away. You'll just go back to being what you are.
What is that?
A brilliant,
Come on, Mal.
beautiful, evil, double-crossing snake. Cheer up, Weepy. You made yourself a boatload of hard cash today.
You won't tell anyone about me breaking down.
I won't.
Then I won't tell anyone how easily I got your gun out of your holster.
I'll take that as a kindness.
You just may be the most gullible fool I ever marked.
I kind of agree, Mal.
That makes you special.
What's your move?
We'll be setting down in the desert, Leave you to set a spell. Oh, and speaking of naked,
No, now, that's just low.
kind of evens things out, though, don't you think?
Come on. You can get that gun.
I really don't see the benefit to this. I mean, however I may slip, you're not gonna catch my crew with their trousers down.
Can't turn.
What?
Oh, what did she
That don't
do?
make no sense. Yep. The filament on the grab down here stripped.
Who could have possibly done that?
We ain't gonna make the rendezvous. We have to land. Now.
I mean, how did she...
Oh, dirty heart!
Oh! Where is it?
Okay, at least,
It's not here!
Looking for this?
nice, Inara.
I wonder if it works. Anyway, this works fine.
Do it. Please just do
Honey,
it.
you look horrific.
What are you doing here?
Oh, just my part of the job.
What part of the job?
You know, I put on the big act, storm away in a huff. Then I fly off, wait for you to double-cross Mal, beat you to the rendezvous spot, and grab the loot before you can get to it. What? You didn't see it coming?
Oh, that's
I'm a
awesome.
little disappointed. Some of the crew's performances weren't quite as nuanced as they could have been. I thought they might have tipped the fact that we were playing you from the second Mel took you out of that crate.
Wow.
Guess not.
No, you can't do this!
They got me. They got me.
You're not gonna die, you big baby. The authorities will be here in a few hours to dig you out.
You can't do this! I have a condition!
Yeah, you're tweaked.
What's going on?
Did he, like,
got knocked
hurt his
out.
neck? I guess when he maybe hit the deck.
Can you move your arms and legs?
Huh? They're not moving.
Do you want to know why? Your spine. You hit it pretty hard when you fell.
Oh, shit.
So I gave you something to knock out your motor function so you wouldn't wrench it when you came to. Should wear off in a half an hour. How much did they offer you to sell out me and River?
He knows now. I get that now. He didn't know last episode.
How much? You're in a dangerous line of work, Jane. Odds are you'll be under my knife again. Often. So I want you to understand one thing very clearly. No matter what you do, or say, or plot, I will never, ever harm you. You're on this table, you're safe.
Wow. Wow. Good for you,
So I'm your
Simon.
medic. And however little we may like or trust each other,
Hippocratic oath.
we're on the same crew. I don't care what you've done. I don't know what you're planning on doing, but I'm trusting you. I think you should do the same. Because I don't see this working any other way.
Where's this going?
Yeah. That went well.
You call this going well?
We got the loot, didn't we?
Yes,
Then
but
I call it a win. What's the problem?
should I start with the part where you're stranded in the middle of nowhere or the part where you have no clothes?
All according to plan.
I thought the plan was for me to act as a failsafe in case everything else went wrong. Like, for instance, if Saffron disabled Serenity and left you for dead.
Nonsense. You had a key role to play in this. How sad would you have been if you hadn't gotten the plane?
Heartbroken.
See? All according to plan. What?
Good work, Captain.
Thank you, Kaylee.
Feel the fresh air.
Good day.
Okay. Let's talk about episode 11 of Firefly. Okay. Roller coaster of emotions throughout that episode. I have confessed previously to this that I am pretty gullible. Also, I think I've expressed that I never want to try when I'm doing these reactions and watching these shows to think too far ahead to break the episode, so to speak. You know, if I have a theory of what might be coming up that just pops into my head, I'll say it. But I've seen reactors who are, you can just tell they're like trying so intently to get 2 steps ahead, 3 steps ahead. And I really think it's to a detriment to their reactions. Just wanted to put that out there. So, in conclusion, I thought Mal was as gullible as Yolanda, Saffron, Bridget thought. And when he was consoling her in the ship, in the shuttle at the end, I was like, what are you doing, you idiot? And then she got a hold of his gun. So right about then, I had a plan to start this outro saying something like, well, I see how this isn't anyone's favorite episode, because I was pretty annoyed at that point. Like, Saffron got one over again on Mal. And you know, we'll get to like Mal being able to leave her behind and everything. And I think he is still infatuated with her in a certain light. But I was like, come on. Like, yeah, definitely not my favorite episode. But then we got the Inara twist, which is just brilliant. Just genius writing. It had me going, you know. Inara's, she's the person who plays Inara is obviously such a good actress, but like Inara in and of herself as a character in this fictitious world is a good actress. She's a companion. She has that training. She has all this stuff at her disposal from, you know, a psychological standpoint. So great. I was so happy to see Inara there with the gun. Didn't really work. Really happy to see Saffron mucking through the trash and then getting shut down in the dumpster. So, awesome. I don't know, maybe this could be or take the award for the quickest flip of annoyance to, you know, once again praising the writing of this show. So we'll see. Then towards the end, it was, I guess, revealed that Inara was just kind of a failsafe. So some of what Mal did, it was still a mistake, like having this sympathy for Saffron. So, i.e., he was still gullible to a certain fault. He just was lucky enough to have put a failsafe in the plan at an early stage. At least that's what I picked up. I almost kind of wish it was like, this is exactly how it was supposed to go the entire time. He was supposed to act gullible and somehow lose his gun, I guess. And, well, now, I mean, then, you know, Saffron would take the shuttle, but no, and then Inara would be there and to close her into the dump. So, yeah, I guess I kind of wish all that was, like, planned to a T. Except, of course, like, being left naked, which is just hilarious. But either way, I like this episode a lot. There were certain points where I like it more because of the payoff. Definitely at the end. There were certain points throughout the middle of it where I felt it was a little weaker than others. The scene where they were stealing the gun and Darren comes in, I thought the pacing of that scene was a little odd. And some of the what's the word? The staging, you know, where people are in the scene, like the spatiality was a little off. I don't know. Hard to explain without a rewatch. Maybe you guys know what I'm talking about. So Darren is her first ever husband, and for whatever reason, she wanted him to think of her as, you know, think of her in a certain light, an innocent light. And I guess Mal pegged that to be true. I don't know why that caused her to suddenly pull a gun on Mal. I mean, you're still doing the mission. He just figured out something about your past. Like, does it really change the mission? Why did you pull that gun on him so suddenly because of that? Were you just annoyed that he figured it out? That this was your first husband? And you want him, out of all the other husbands, to think of you in a certain light, an innocent light? One not capable of all the things you're actually capable of? I don't get that. I don't know. That seems like a weird narrative in writing beat for me. You guys let me know if you see that portion in a different way than I do. But, you know, if that's true, she wants Darren to have seen her in a different light. Well, she abandoned that pretty quick. I guess she had to because she was holding up the gun. which, like, once again, he was about to walk back into the room. That's another thing. I feel like there was aspects of that scene that had a certain level of stupidity to it. I'm sorry to use that word. Like, suddenly, one was Mal was taking his time. He could walk right back into the room, Darren could, and he was just taking his time because he thought, like, oh, this guy's just a fluffy little teddy bear. He's not capable of anything. Like, why do you suddenly think that from one interaction with him? I mean, he's a rich dude who collects, like, guns for, artifacts as a hobby. Like, you don't think he could be dangerous? So there was some weakness in the writing in this episode. Really slight. I mean, I'm comparing it to how amazing it's been for so long. So don't take this as this, like, massive slight to the show. Once again, it paid off at the end. This episode did. There were just a little peaks and valleys with this episode that there hasn't been so much with others. Still a very enjoyable episode. I don't know what else there is to talk about. There wasn't a B role, a B plot. I think I'm gonna leave this one here. Thank you all for watching this reaction with me here on YouTube. Like I said at the beginning, if you're not yet subscribed, please really consider doing so. It helps me out so much. I know everyone says that, but it's so much more true for such a small channel as mine. Also, leave a like, leave a comment down below letting me know what you thought, not only of this episode, but of my reaction to it. Okay, everyone, I will catch you all in the next reaction.